Grand Rising, everybody, and welcome back to the Honeywell. I hope you guys are having a fantastic rising. Yes, I am out on the front porch. It is 6 something in the morning, and I'm just sitting here enjoying Virginia. It feels so good to be back home. That may be significant to some of you. I just feel the need to express my gratitude this rising about the rising, just rising today. I don't know about you guys, but I'm extremely excited. There is an anticipation that is in the air, but also an ebb and flow. Something has happened overnight. Something has triggered you. Something has left your being. Some form of existence of how you used to live has left your DNA. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. I'm hearing signals. I believe it's pronounced as Bravavi codes. Bravavi codes. Also patterns, geometric signals or geometric codes or sacred symbols, things of that nature. Some of you may be practicing mirror magic or sacred geometry or patterns, something about patterns. You may have an autistic child, or there's auspicious signs that are around, also omens as well. But I'm hearing, pay attention to the signals, the signs, direction. When you're in ebb and flow, there are signals and signs everywhere. I'm talking about, I'm even seeing birds, nature signaling you, or either you're able to communicate, chirp, maybe back and forth communication, speaking the language of nature. I'm hearing that your dialogue is changing, is shifting. As your DNA changes, you change. Things about your nature change. It's called adaptation. We are creatures of adapting. So if our environment changes, whether it be to cold weather to hot, from cold weather to hot, or from being on land to sea, it doesn't matter. We're mammals, and we are not, what is the word? We are not immune to change, okay? Or adaptation, I meant. We're not immune to adaptation. We're not, they said that's not the word. Well, that's the word I'm going to use today, all right? But it's a word that they're saying. It'll come to me. I'm hearing that you're not in a rush either, or that you're going to be finding out that there's no need to be in a rush, especially if you're in traffic. There's no need to rush. Also, stop looking at the time so much. They need you to not pay so much of attention to the mundane things, the matrix, and really get in tune with what's real, what is constant, what is in constant flow, which is nature. Get into nature. And I mean, when I say nature, I'm truly talking, we always say, oh, get into nature, get into nature. We're not talking about get on the ground and hum. I'm talking about truly tune into your own instincts. I'm talking about your raw, natural instincts. And go out there, rewild yourself, and pay attention to all of Mother Nature. This is your environment, is what the universe is saying. Mother Gaia is speaking up as well. She's saying this is your environment. The universe is saying you're born naked. You're born naked. So this is speaking to you all about stripping yourself of the things that you adapt in the matrix, which is time, looking at the time, looking at your phone, watching TV, doing chores, anything that you do in the matrix, the physical world, the everyday hustle and bustle. The universe is saying it's time to set yourself apart from that. Okay, get in tune back with your innate abilities, what you naturally, instinctively do. And not that routine, not the same mundane routine. I also got a message, I'm receiving the message again. I'm hearing something about pour out for your dead homies. I don't like to say it that way, but somebody's ancestor is coming through. So pour out for your dead homies means to, like when you get up in the morning and you take a sip of water, everything in nature is fresh and dewy in the morning. Everything receives the breath of life, which is wind and also water, okay, which is the biggest intel here, intelligence. The biggest life form is water, okay? That's here on earth. The biggest life form is water. All right, so when you get up in the morning, you do those things. You drink water for your ancestors that have passed on. You leave certain things out for them that is edible, food. Some of you need to put out flowers, or you need to plant flowers, whichever one. Get a flower that represents your ancestor and keep it up. Put it in the wilderness is what I'm hearing. So plant it outside. Make it an outside plant. All right, so today I'm going to get into the tarot. I'm going to just pull a couple of cards from the Muse Tarot deck. This deck is a 78 card deck, and it comes with a guidebook. It's a very beautiful deck that I was gifted. Alright, so the first card that I'm seeing is the Knight of Materials. So something is needing to mature. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving, and the reason why it's slow moving is because that it needs time to mature. So for some of you, like I said, if you are out there and you have to get a plant, if seeds are calling you to plant, they're going to have to go through a pollination stage. I mean, fertilization. What is it? First stage is pollination, fertilization. But it takes a process, you know, to adapt to its environment. Especially if you're taking a store-bought plant or a plant that is already grown. If you're trying to uproot it and put it in the ground, it has to get used to or adapt to its environment, readapt to another environment. So you're talking about two different soils. If you potted your plant in a soil, if it's already in a plant, I mean a pot of soil already, store-bought, you don't know that it is a match to the soil that you have in your ground. So you're going to have to make sure that you dump the soil that is inside, some of the soil. Balance it out. The Six of Materials is at the bottom of the deck, so balance it out. So there's a need for balance here. So give it some of its environment that it was already living in, and also make sure that you have a consistent environment for where you pot it in your yard or plant it in your yard, okay? So Uh, I'm going to read off the Knight of Materials. For you guys, I'm here to read it off, so I'm going to read it off. Where is it? I believe it's back. Let's see. Okay, so it says productivity and diligence paying off, hard work, steadfastness, determination, safety, planting and tending seeds for the future, financial security and foundation. The prompt here is the task of joy. In this deck, the knight loves to tend to the fields of his success. He derives great joy from tilling the soil and removing the tenderness of weeds, knowing that it will make a difference in the future. He once tried to take great risk with his field work and long. This doesn't sound right. I don't know if this is a typo or not. He once tried to take great risks with his fields, working in long, sleepless spurts with giant, showy plants that would reap greater rewards. Most of the large plants withered when his worries about them overtook his ability to just do. He soon found that he was much happier without the splashy accolades, and that he felt infinitely more confident with his beautiful little succulents that offered guaranteed stable success, and it as long as he was consistent. He shares a message of relaxation into the task you love and finding meaning in your work. Your diligent routine will tell you where you are headed in life, so create a steady foundation that supports your dreams. I cannot read this morning. I don't know what it is about morning and reading to me. All the fabric, lights, and roses tilled safely. Breaded brings the loyalty, duty of our purpose consists earthly things. Okay, I hope you guys understood that, because I can't read this morning. I don't know what it is. I can't read this morning. All right, so yeah, like I said, it was something about plotting. It was something about potting. Oh, we're in retrograde. That is the reason why. Okay, I get it now. So I'm receiving more. I can speak through channel, but reading something, it's not sitting right with me. So I get that way when it comes down to retrogrades and things of that nature. I don't know if you guys get that way or not, but your channel, when you channel, it's on point. But when you're trying to read something that is already constructed, it's too much like right. So so it's like you fumble all over what you're actually seeing. You're seeing the words, but you're fumbling. Okay, let me get back on topic. Okay, so yeah, like I said, potting and seeding. There's something here about potting and seeding. Also, the message of pouring out for your ascended loved ones, your dead homies is what they said. Pouring out for your dead homies. Like I said, if you are potting something, it's going to take time. Don't pine over it. Don't worry. Don't stress. Allow flow to happen. But you do have a job, a task, which is to make sure that things are in balance and also in flow here. Okay. I see the Magician as well. Like they said, they're giving me the message now of knowing that you want to be the magician, knowing that you want to know that you are the orchestrator, right, of this plant or what you're producing. They want you to know that you're already the orgasmic vessel of creation, but the seed is already created. So you don't have to, you're not the star of the seed, okay? The seed is going to grow as it needs to grow, all right? Um, Leaving things out for your ancestors. If you want to go the shrine way, you can. If you want to just put out something that represents the ascended loved ones that are trying to contact you or reach you at this moment, they may be needing your assistance, or either they need your service right now is what I'm hearing. They need your service, okay? For some of them, they may need a drink of water. Some of them, they may be assisting others on the other side, and what they need is for you to assist them to assist the others on the other side. A lot of you may be thinking, oh, well, they don't need anything because they're no longer here in this physical existence. They're no longer here embodied in solid form. But they do need things, they do have that contact between both worlds now. They are living still energetically, so energy is in a solid form. We just do not see it the way that we need to see it. We don't see it properly because we don't see ourselves as energy. We don't sit back and really realize that we are energy. Energy is keeping our body together. If our energy ascends and leaves this body, there would be no more body. That is why the body disintegrates. If you allow the body to decompose, the body will go back to ashes, all right? It takes a long process, decomposition, but at the same time, that is the process. This reading is a lot different. The message that I'm channeling is a lot different, but bear with me. We're not going to go as, I'm a very graphic person, so they paint out the picture to me as is, and I'm going to speak it. I'm going to channel it out. So if you're uncomfortable, if you're squeamish, if you are triggered by ascension, death, because it is a natural process of life, I'm here to let you know that if you never ever thought or knew that you would depart from this world, if no one ever told you that you die, or if no one told you what was on the other side of death, would you be afraid of it? Because truly, can someone come back and tell you what's on the other side? The person that is standing before you telling you, oh, the other side of death is this or that, right? And they've come back to tell you. If they've never been there, how can they tell you the process? How can they tell you what is on the other side? How can they tell you what to anticipate? So as I said, this message is not to trigger anyone. I'm just here to channel forth these messages and make sure to be a bear witness to you all of what they're channeling to me, what is on the other side. And the other side is a very enchanted place, a very beautiful place. You're going back to the center of your intel, your consciousness, and the center of your intel and consciousness is love, is vibration, is color, it is aura, it is your array, it's your essence, it's your glow, it's your light, it's your dark, it's energy, it's matter, it's everything in between. Okay, so they're saying, moving on, we have a lot of materials here that's coming up. I didn't even get to shuffle the deck, and it's crazy because I allowed my mom to utilize the deck. She wanted to sit with it because it was calling to me to tell her about it. And she is a earth sign, so I see all the materials here. We have the Queen of Materials, and now they're telling me to shuffle. It's time to shuffle. Okay, some of you, I'm hearing that you wanted to see the card. This is the Queen of Materials. Beautiful cards, as I said. Beautiful. All right. I keep feeling like someone is watching me and I can't see them. someone may be watching you. It may be your relatives, it may be a neighbor, it may be, I'm hearing that this is all spiritual today. So who's watching you today is the watchers on the other side, your guardians, your angels. They're watching you very closely. They're paying attention to you today. And they're going to let you know that they are, in subtle ways, in one way or another. You're going to know that something is taking place, or something is watching you. Something or someone. Alright, so we have the Ten of Voices, which is the Ten of Swords. The swords talk about communication. We have the Queen of Voices, which is the Queen of Swords. There's a lot of communication here, and she has the ravens all around her. I believe these are ravens or these crows. Let me see. Let me check it out for you guys, because I believe ravens have smaller beaks than crows. That's how you tell the difference between the two. Okay, so they don't tell whether or not what bird it is, but I believe they're. Okay, I'm hearing that they're crows. Alright, so she has crows around her, and we can associate crows with, what is it? Being around grave sites, right? So there is a lot of communication from the other side here with the Queen of Materials, the Ten of Voices, and then we have the Queen of Voices here. This is speaking of a death process taking place, or there's an ascension here, or there is growth that is about to happen, but it is all a mental process first, and then it takes shape in the physical world. So something has materialized with the Queen of Materials here. So it may be the case that these were all thoughts and communication coming from the other side to let you know, or that you're receiving communication that, okay, we're watching, we're assisting, we're aiding, but now we need your help. Okay, you put in the work in the material world, and something is growing, something is materializing, something is coming to life. You have already taken the action in order for it to happen. So now you're caught up in your mind about it. You have a lot of chatter about it. You may be receiving prompts or signs and signals. A lot of communication is coming forth. But this is coming from a higher source, a higher place. You may be looking for it with the Queen of Materials in the physical world, but your communication, your signals are coming from a higher place, okay? Wherever that may be. It may be loved ones. You see how they have, you have more cards here. I'm just making sure that I receive all the messages. And it's crazy because they're coming out in threes. They have 3 more cards here, and we have 3 cards that came out here as well. So we have the Ten of Materials, and if you can see, they are surrounded around this tree, and the tree is a rose tree. All right, so we see a lot of family here. This is people coming together, and they have created a rose tree. We know rose bushes, but we don't see rose trees a lot, right? So they've created a rose tree, and then we have the Ace of Voices, which is the Ace of Swords, and then we have the Ten of Emotions. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we also have the Ten of Cups, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, something is you're already abundant. They're showing me the sacred geometry here, you know, within the shapes and the patterns. Okay, they told me that they're going to make it come together in a moment. We have awakening at the bottom of the deck. They're telling me not to rush the process. We have awakening here. So you're awakening to different worlds. You see different dimensions. Your eye is starting to awake, your ears, your natural instincts, by rewilding yourself, placing yourself back into your intelligence, your innate intelligence. Ooh, this is a beautiful red robin that just came and sat on this branch that is extended over this house. Okay, all right. I'm so distracted. A lot of messages, you guys, this morning. Okay, so yeah, you're being, as you rewild yourself, right, and put yourself back into your natural, innate, senses, you begin to see, hear, feel, seek out, and also be sought after by intelligence, by the galactic, by the Palladians, by extraterrestrials, aliens, your star families. You know, they start to give you direct guidance, or you start to seek guidance. They start to be your pals and your confidants here in the physical world. Okay, so you may be feeling extreme, like you're anticipating that something is happening, or like you're awakening to something, but you just can't quite see it yet. You're waiting for it to materialize in your physical existence. But I'm telling you, it has already materialized already. It is just time for you to see it before you, or it is time for it to be bestowed before you, or in front of you, is what they're saying physically. You're seeing it clearly. That's more truth coming in as well. They're saying truth. You're seeking out the truth, which is yourself. Your innate gifts, what you were born with. You're going back to that. You're starting back at the starting point, ground zero, and you are working your way back up, all through your spine, all through all of your I'm hearing Kundalini, your chakras. For some of you, you have worked through all of your chakras. You learned your lessons and awaken all of your chakras, or that you have you've traveled up the 7 ladders, is what I'm hearing. So now you're existing in the physical and spiritual world, is what I'm hearing. Okay, if that makes sense to you. You're transparent to the real world, which is the spiritual, because you are hues, you are colors, you are vibrations. So you're transparent. You're no longer this solid form anymore, or you're adapting to knowing that you're no longer this solid form, or you no longer think you exist just as this solid form, and that you know your true genetic makeup now. I'm hearing someone says, oh, someone may have doubts about this. All right, someone may have doubts, or feel like you're lying about what you are experiencing, or you feel like you're lying to yourself about what you're experiencing, or you may feel like you are a lie, or this has all been a lie. You're waking up and saying, this has all been a lie. All of this has been a lie. You know, I've been living this way. It's been a lie. Like you, you're waking up to knowing that you're back at this stage of being a page. You have the page of voices here. So I'm going to read off what the page of voices is. This is so funny. I get that. I get it. I've been there. When you finally find out the truth, you're like, oh, everything has been a lie. So the page of voices is the page of swords, okay? So it says the key words here is curious and intelligent things, restless energy, a thirst for knowledge, learning, thinking, a student. Sorry, I'm going to let that go past. A student needing to align your actions with your words, okay? So the prompt here is, what is this? Frantic understanding of stillness. It says, how does it all work? Where are we headed? What is the nature of nature? With a million questions and answers, she gobbles up all things, the light and the bits of the bobs and the data. This page is a sponge of the world, taking it all in. She intuits and intellects. She thinks her way into existence, and sometimes she has so much on her mind that there is a frantic energy around her. The learning storm comes, the wind whips in restless communication. She doesn't mean to create this uncomfortable, buzzing state. She's just so absorbed in her busy thoughts that she misses the fact that there is another mountain beside her that needs to sleep. Okay, she reminds you to think before you speak, to use your mind as a tool, and to see the facts as they are. And then she reminds you to grow. It says here, this is what you need to speak to yourself. I collect my mixture of spinning thoughts and I begin to pull them down to earth. I think, I am, I know. So I speak. Oh, how I speak myself into existence. Did you see how I said, when I started saying I speak, right? The birds just started chirping and communicating with one another. Can you hear them? They're starting to congregate right here next to my porch. Alright, you guys, I am going to pull an ancestor card for you all. That was a great message for today. I'm going to pull an ancestor card and see who wants to come forth. Who is trying to communicate today, or who wants to talk, who wants to communicate. Oh, the deck is already pre-shuffled. I see the card that they wanted already. They keep showing me the card, so I'm going to just go straight to the card. They said it was right there. It was right there. Okay. It was. And I started shuffling. Okay, here it is. So we have Direction Guardian. Choose your path. And they want me to pull one more. Alright. They want it to pop out. So we're going to see. We're going to allow it to pop out. So we have... Guess what card it is? We have Animal Guardian. Trust your instincts. Alright. She-Wolf is at the bottom of the deck. Unleash the wild within. And then we have Autumn with the Raven here. It says, release the old and rest. So I'm only going to be reading these two cards for you all. We have Direction Guardian, so we're going to the Guardians here. Where are you, guardians? Here it is. So it says to choose your path. The message here is connect with your deepest desires, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. About the Direction Guardian. The Direction Guardian card represents the angel of direction. These amazing angels are the ones who come to us when we are at a crossroads and don't know which way to go, when we are unsure of what is right for us or the bigger picture. They can help us know what is best for all involved. The Direction Guardian card refers to the vision of the Hebrew prophet Ezekiel. He is said to have seen an angel with 4 different faces. One was a child cherub, one was a bull, one was a lion, and one was an eagle. These 4 faces show that angels can appear in many guises and guide us in many different directions, but always for our highest good. The extended message here is your path isn't set in stone, and your angels and guides have no expectations for you, nor should you have any for yourself. There are many directions you can take. None of them are wrong, as they all hold perfect opportunities to grow and to learn, but life is to be enjoyed and savored. So if you know that there is a decision to be made, and particularly if you are feeling indecisive, choose the path you know is going to make you light up, and choose with your heart, which is crazy because we have the Heart Guardian here at the bottom of the deck. And the Heart Guardian says to love and let yourself be loved. All right, so now we have the Animal Guardian. Where are you, Animal Guardian? All right. Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. It says trust the powerful animal spirit within to learn more about yourself and your talents. The Animal Guardian. The Animal Guardian is the card that represents the angel of the animal kingdom. Animals are angels of nature who have incredible lessons to offer and medicine that can support you on your spiritual journey and help you survive some of your greatest challenges. When you connect with the energies of animals, you can learn a lot about yourself and the earth. You also have instinctive animal energy within that can direct you towards everything you need and more. The Animal Guardian card depicts a tribal angel being held and supported by her animals. She has a love for them and they have a love for her, demonstrating how incredibly connected nature is with the spiritual realms. All right, it says the extended message. You have a powerful animal within that can be wild, protective, instinctive, and even calm. Animals don't second guess how they feel. They just express it. That was a message that they were giving me. Okay, just like animals don't have to tell you what they are or be validated in what they are. They just are what they are. They come here knowing what they are and what they're supposed to do. They're in this natural flow of life and order. That is what they are. They're born with knowing what to do. It's in their DNA. Just like you're born with knowing what to do. Separating yourself, detaching yourself from the matrix world and your natural, raw, instinctive world is your greatest asset right now. Okay, it is to your detriment. All right, so it says the extended message. You have a powerful animal within that can be wild, protective, instinctive, and even calm. Animals don't second guess how they feel, they just express it, and you can learn from that. When this card arises, it's important to connect with how you really feel, how you want to feel, and what you really need. Take the time to connect with your animal energy and express it naturally. Let even the fiercest energy move through you before returning to your natural state. It will teach you a lot about your gifts and how you can grow. All right, you guys, this has been the message for today. As always, have a fantastic day. Bye.